Good morning, crazy people. the more the more I realize, the more I realize that I am not my thoughts, and the more I watch them and how they just do what they want to do, craziness, and the more the less I'm attached to them, just to let them go, boom. The more I see that all my life I've been, trying to be something or do something. Hey Shane. Hey Shane. Hey Sean. There's two Shanes, a Shane and a Sean. Anyway, so I don't expect that many people are going to actually get this because I took 40 years almost to get it. Maybe longer. But the realization, the not just a mental experience of it, but the realization that we're not our thoughts. Wow. Hey, good day, all. That we're not our thoughts. That we're on fucking autopilot all the time. And so I was asking a friend this morning, where do you think your mind is? Well, it's in my head. No, there's a brain in our head. And it would seem that there's some storage space in the brain. And we've stored all of our experiences. Hey, Kathy Lynn. We've listened for this. Just this is, I know, it's like, I'm thinking, hello. We stored all this stuff in our storage space in our brain, and we call it a mind. And we think from there, and we make decisions from there, right? And our decisions are like based on our concepts or ideas or, right and wrong and good and bad. And it, if we were standing with a friend and we knew a bit about his history, maybe he grew up in a dysfunctional home. Do you know anybody that didn't? And and we were listening to their decision-making process that was going to affect our lives. And we'd look at that friend and say, well, I don't think I'm going to trust him. But yet we trust our own crazy mind. That's also, just like our friend, many of us brought up in a dysfunctional home and programmed with fear and lack and right and wrong and good and bad and religious doctrines and social pressures and Hollywood concepts, right? And we make our decisions based on that shit, hero stories, and we believe it. Say, well, that's my truth. That's my truth. It's crazy, isn't it? And yet, and then somebody comes along and says, but listen, all you have to do is, one, know that that's a crazy mind and you can't trust it. Two, practice being present enough so that we can tap into this universal intelligence and start to run from intuition. What if you could be tapped into the source of all knowledge, of all power? Yes. What if you could get out of the jail of your crazy mind? But because the crazy mind is running the show, it says this is stupid. Don't even listen to that stuff. Don't listen to that. That's crazy, right? Crazy minds telling you we're okay. We're okay, and we're not. But just remember that example. Let's pick a friend. That's had as many struggles as you have, and made as many what we would call poor decisions as we have, and recognize, would we put our lives in their hands? No. But yet, we do put our everything, our lives in the hands of this crazy mind that was conditioned by who? Mom, grandmom, I mean, my mom, bless her heart, yesterday was her 100th birthday, although she's not been with us for quite some time. But bless her heart, when she tells her story, when she told us her story, she grew up in a very, very contracted space, and she didn't like her dad. She didn't like my dad. She didn't like men. She didn't trust men. She didn't trust life. She had a lot of fear. She had, ample trips. She was in the 60s, and doctors gave her, she did all the pills, and, they tried to help, right? So, and how much of my programming came from that, about my relationships with women, my relationships with men, all of it, right? So it was clear that I couldn't trust my mind, and it just took such a, for whatever, it happened in this lifetime, so I'm pretty pleased to recognize that I have to pause. I have to pause and be present and be still and listen for the voice. And that voice that's beyond my mind, and recognize that, first of all, that I am, like Ram Dass said, I am nobody, becoming nobody, letting go of the story. I highly recommend Trevor Thibodeau and his lovely lady. They do it's called Enlightenment Intensive, and it will help you get past the story. And of course, the 12 steps will help you get past the story and recognize your own powerlessness from the mind. So we have to discover this power greater than ourselves. Otherwise, we're screwed. And we're restless, irritable, and discontent, and we're looking for a sense of calm, ease and calm. And the only thing that happens for addicts and alcoholics is we eventually have to go into something to give us that sense of ease and calm. Alcohol, drugs, right? Sex, gambling, food, right? We eat ourselves and fill ourselves up. We bloat ourselves and we kill ourselves because we're, I talked to an alcoholic last night. He says, I got a plan. I got my own recovery plan. And I've known him for years. And it just cannot see. There's nothing I can do, other than knocking him down, jumping on top of him and saying, look, you can't manage your own life. But nobody can tell you that. You have to wake up. Nobody can tell you that. People can be around you and kind of hint, and and close family can do a fucking intervention. And as soon as you get a little bit feeling okay, I got the reins again, I'm going to take control and run it from my knowing. And so anyway, that's as clear as I can get. Crazy mind is not you, it's not me. And we have this unbelievable source of awareness and consciousness, and so what could be more important than tapping into that vein of gold, absolute vein of gold, right? And if I told you, by the way, around money, because some of us put money at such a high value, if I told you of a place where there was a gold mine, and it was guaranteed that you would live happily and peacefully ever after if you mined this gold, and I showed you and told you where it was, how far would you go to find that spot and dig it out? A long way. So we're telling you, actually, many people have been telling you over and over again that there is this unbelievable reservoir of consciousness and awareness that we can tap into and be at peace. The promises in the book. This I'm going to read right now. And some of you don't know much about our 12 steps and the book. But I'm just going to read you. These are the promises. Now, there's many promises in this book. This is the big book of AA. There's many promises in this book, but this is the 9th step promises. Imagine living like this. Just watch. This is what's available. This is what they're promising in this book. And addicts and alcoholics that are full of terror, full of anger, full of guilt, full of shame, living, right, in struggle and complaint and judgment. Here, and this is the promise. This is after the 9th step. There's promises before this, many, the 3rd step and the 5th step, it says, if we're painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we're halfway through. This is after doing some cleanup of the past. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. Wow, a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. Are you kidding? How many of us spend so much of our life trying to hide our past? We'll comprehend the word serenity. Think about that. And, no, don't think about it. We will comprehend the word serenity, and we will know peace. These are the promises in this bloody book. Imagine. And all these lowly alcoholics and addicts have access to this. It's crazy. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That's the deal. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. Have you ever had that? We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. I mean, literally, so much so that we'll do the dishes and shovel the walk and, make our life about helping others. I'm taking a dig at one of my buddies. Right, Mason? Mm-hmm. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. This is it. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and economic insecurity will leave us. This is not a maybe, okay? We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God, universal intelligence, however you see him, your concept of God, that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Beautiful. These are the promises in the 12 steps. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. So that's something to look at, isn't it? I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want that? Because the mind sometimes says, oh, you're not worth it. You don't deserve it. Don't listen to the mind. It's crazy. Okay. All right. I've gotten a little carried away today. But November, we're going to read the 24-hour day book, as we do on the 13th. It's Friday the 13th. Awesome. We've had some great Friday the 13th. I think this year, one time we had a Friday the 13th, 1 month with a full moon at the same time. Didn't we? Okay. Small print here. Gonna need my glasses. November the 13th. No, yes. Who am I to judge other people? Have I proved by my great success in life that I know all the answers? There we go. That's opening statement. I do not know. I do not know. Exactly the opposite. Until I come into AA, my life could be called a failure. In many, many ways, yes. I made all the mistakes a man could make. I took all the wrong roads that were there to take. On the basis of my record, am I a fit person to be a judge of my fellow men? No, absolutely no. Hey, Shannon. Hi, Sean. Hey. Hardly, he says. The question again was, on the basis of my record, am I a fit person to be a judge of my fellow man? So we judge unconsciously, like we're there, boom, quickly judging, And so just watch it and catch it, and watch it and catch it, and let it go, catch it and let it go. Hardly. In AA, I have learned not to judge people. I am so often wrong. Let the results of what they do judge them. Let the results of what they do judge them. It's not up to me. Am I less harsh in my judgment of people is the question. Hey, Lulu. Meditation for the day. This is from the 24-hour day book, written in 1954. It's pretty exciting, I think. Meditation for the day. We do this every single day. In our time of meditation, we again seem to hear, come unto me, all ye that are weary and heavy laden. I will give you rest. That's the deal. Again and again, we seem to hear God saying this to us. Come unto me for the solution of every problem, for the overcoming of every temptation, for the calming of every fear, for all your need, physical, mental, or spiritual. But mostly, come unto me for the strength we need to live with peace of mind and the power to be useful and effective. Useful and effective. Does that interest you? Useful and effective. I love it. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may go to God today for those things which I need to help me live. I pray that I may find real peace of mind. It's all there, guys. I mean, the first step is to recognize that we can't trust our crazy mind. Right? Surprising how few of us actually get that. Okay, you guys. We're going to meditate. And I'd just like to get myself a little more situated so that so I can sit up. And, what we want to do with the meditation is to, have our back straight. Right? So our back straight. Yeah. Just want to share that my older brother yesterday had a heart attack. He's sober 42 years, and that guy, I wouldn't be here today without that guy. That guy 12-stepped me for 2 years until I finally, really woke up and, and came to the 12 steps, and I never had to go back out. But those 2 years that he spent carrying the message to me, he got me ready to come in the door of the 12-step world. And so he's in the hospital, had a heart attack yesterday. I'm going to go to see him tomorrow. I'm going to go to Victoria and be there for him for whatever he needs. He's going to go to procedure today, either surgery or a stint. So hopefully that's the, we've been saying some prayers for him. And my prayer isn't ever that anybody live or die, or anything other than to know God's will for them. And that's what will be, is, God's will, life's will. Life on life's terms, baby. It's all a gift. So we're going to sit and meditate. And the idea, remember, for meditation is to be here, to drop in, close your eyes, and we're going to maybe take 10 minutes, but just drop in and use the breath, be sitting up straight, and be aware that sometimes the body will actually want to put you to sleep. So just be here in your body. Yes. In your body. Recognize that when I call it your body, it is your body in a way. It's not you, though. The same with your mind. It's your mind, but it's not you. The same with your thoughts. They're your thoughts, but they're not you. You are much, much more than that. If we can say more, you are beyond the mind, beyond the body, beyond the concerns of this day. So in meditation, as we drop in, sometimes I drop into meditation with thank yous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, not for anything in particular, just thank you. Thank you. Nothing's missing. Nothing's missing. Everything is as it should be in this moment. Life is perfect. Only our judgment from ego, from place of our mind, tells us that something's missing, or that something's needed, or that something's wrong, that something's really good, or that something's really bad. They're all based on our perceptions. They're all subjective. true. Or may be true. It's just not for us to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just come into your breath. As you drop in, bring our consciousness to this moment, right here. If the thoughts come, be patient with them. Not to go against them, just to watch. And then come back to the breath. Just feel all the tension flowing out of your body. As your shoulders relax, your jaw relaxes. We expand into the moment. Expanding with love, with awareness, into freedom. Just watch the thoughts, let them go. Come back to the breath. Breath is in the moment. Okay. You can come back. Just take your time. Just don't rush back. Just take your time. Breathe. Open your eyes. Hey, JR. Love you, girl. So, thanks so much, you guys. If anything I said rings for you and you want to chat about it, please feel free to get in touch. I am available for conversations, and yeah. I'd recommend a couple of people's writings. Eckhart Tolle is amazing, and his audiobooks are Power of Now. Also Mooji. I've been listening to a lot of Mooji, and his teacher Babaji is so funny. And so awake, so clear. He's passed now, but lots of YouTubes for Mooji and Babaji. Ram Dass is amazing. And Alan Watts. I mean, there's just so many. Osho. Lots of Osho was really quite awakened. So, it goes on. And, make it important in a way to look, and of course the 12 steps as well, is a path to awakening. Clearly, a path to awakening. And people's lives are greatly improved. Even if we stay in the illusion, we learn a little bit more how to navigate in the illusion, in the thought-based world, and so things do get better, even if we don't have a complete realization of who we are. But I encourage you. Okay, love you lots. Talk soon.